So the next hand that I'm going to talk about is the Ace Jack offsuit in the UTG position in the 6 max. So this is a tough spot here. Just paused it for a sec. Because, Ace Jack, if anyone plays back at you and you're holding Ace Jack, you're basically never good. Unless they're bluffing. And they're not usually going to bluff a person who's a 10-10. My hands are, I'm a 10-10 playing in the Sunday Million. Raising UTG. So, possibly I can call Stin Michaels all in, Stin Michelle, and possibly call Skyboys all in. But that's really it. Basically, I'm playing this hand for its value post flop and hoping to flop the best hand. So I'm gonna start the video here again, and I'm gonna get basically two colors. You can see in the bottom right too. I keep pointing with my hand. That doesn't really help you. But in the bottom right, I have Ace Queen offsuit. I'm obviously gonna shove that hand. So you can see, I believe I get in the top left, I get two callers. This guy here is going to call, and then I got one more caller, I think, on the button. And it's hard to put them on hands for sure, because I just, I haven't played a lot with them. Only have 23 hands, and he's a 9-4, which really doesn't mean much. Over 23 hands, it could just be that he's got nothing. The only thing that tells you something when someone's played 23 hands is, if they're like a 92 or something like that. So here, this board here, obviously is a pretty good board for me. The only thing I'm really worried about here is Queen Jack, and even I have outs against Queen Jack. Obviously, the Queen of Clubs is out there, but I don't know where it is. I have a really nuttish draw, but I don't have the Queen of Clubs. So top pair, flush draw, straight, gut shot royal basically is what I have. So obviously I want to play this hand. I'm not sure where I want to go with it if Eric Harris plays back. I think for the size of Spielberg or whatever's stack, he has 33 big blinds. I'd still have 20 big blinds if I lost to him. And I think I don't think I would fold to him under any circumstances. Eric Harris, I think I would play it a little bit different if he raised. But I think I definitely want to bet at this flop. I hate my bet sizing. It's a little too high for sure. I definitely should be betting under half pot and hoping, someone bluffs with a bear ace here or something. That's really where you want to get it in against someone who's going to bluff against you. So now you can see I have basically three hands. I have ace 10 top left, ace jack top right, pocket fours bottom left, and I have my call on the bottom left. I'm not a huge fan of it just because I'm not sure where I'm going to go with this here. But really, it's pretty hard to have the best hand. It's not hard to have the best hand, but I basically have to flop a 4 to make this hand viable. And I think it's just easier being out of position and stuff to fold, just because I'm not going to get any value usually, even if I flop a 4. The board has to run out almost perfectly for me. I bet the turn because I feel like I have the best hand. The board's paired. But then he shows ace 10. I think he played it perfectly. There was too much action on the top right to play my ace jack, so I ended up folding it. I'm in the same boat with the twos again, calling with small pairs. I think I'm spewing way too many chips this way, but I end up getting rid of it and folding it. And I believe the next hand is ace queen on the button on the top right. And I don't love the way I play this hand, but I choose to 3-bet. There's a guy who opens 5-5. You can't see how many hands he's played, but I don't think it's been very many. And I choose to 3-bet him. You can see I have ace jack in the cutoff in the million. I end up folding it. But I end up deciding to 3-bet here, trying to get a little bit more aggressive. I like my sizing. I think there's nothing wrong with my sizing at all. It's like 2.5x. But I get cold called out of the big blind here. And this guy's at 6-3 with 65 hands. So again, like I was saying, the extremes, this is an extreme low amount of hands played. He could have been short the whole time. I don't know where he came from, but basically it's very odd. So he's now cold called, and I don't know how to put him on a hand. In the bottom right, I have pocket threes. So the original raiser folds now, and this guy has a pot-sized bet left. I have 2 overs and a gut shot. It's kind of hard. He's either check folding to me or check calling every time here. But I choose to get it in, which I'm really not sure about. He could have ace king and he might fold ace king, and he could have ace queen and he could fold ace queen too. So here you can see I'm getting pretty ridiculous odds with the pocket threes. I decided to just peel one off and end up End up flopping a 3. So I got pretty lucky on its own. I think I was just, with 11 big blinds, just trying to make something happen. I figured I'd call off one big blind. And you can see I choose not to bet it just because I'm hoping someone has an ace and they bet it, or someone tries to bluff at the pot. So you can see, obviously, someone took a stab at the pot and tried to bluff at it, and I got him in drawing dead.